Let's continue with preparation of the test with another important question, domain and range. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we have a very important test question for you. We'll find domain and range of this particular function. F of x is equal to square root of 49 minus x squared. Find domain of the function, find range of the function, sketch the graph of the function. From test point of view, this is one of the most important questions you come across in functions 11. You can always pause the video, answer, and then look into my solution. Now let's begin with domain itself. Since the function is a square root function, what is very important here is to understand that within the radical, that square root, we can have only numbers which are non-negative. So to find the domain, simple step will be equate 49 minus x squared to greater than equal to 0. Perfect. So then we ensure that within the square root sign, we have non-negative number. So let me solve this inequality and show you another very important concept. So we can take 49 to the right hand side, and therefore we can write this as minus x squared is greater than equal to minus 49. Well, before square root, we'll have to multiply by negative number. So to make them positive, we multiply by a negative number, giving us x squared and 49 on the two ends. Now, whenever you do so, we multiply it by the negative number. What is key, which many times students do not adopt, is to also change the inequality sign. See, if 7 is greater than 5, then minus 7 is less than 5, right? Think like this. If 7 is greater than 5, which you know it is, then how about minus 7 and minus 5? Minus 5 is greater. You swap the sign. Do you understand? So this is one key which you should remember. Now let's move forward and do the square root thing to get our answer, right? So you have x squared less than equal to 49 now. You square root both the sides. Then what do you get? Now here is also a confusion. Many times students will write plus minus 7, right? Square root is always positive. So this has to be 7 only. But what is square root of x squared? You may write x. That will give you a wrong answer, right? It is absolute value of x. It is absolute value of x. You get it? So that is how you get the solution of this particular question as a domain. So I'd like you to mark this solution, understand what does it mean, and now can you tell me what is the domain? How are you going to write this? Absolute value of x is less than equal to 7. Well, it means that x is between minus and plus 7, right? Both inclusive. So that becomes the domain of this particular function, right? Is that clear to you? Perfect. So on a number line, we are talking about the domain as including the points between minus 7 to plus 7. So that is the domain of this particular function. Clear? Now, let's talk about range of this function. Well, to find range, we'll have to, it's good to sketch the graph also, right? So let's think about this function and sketch the graph. Couple of things which you may notice are the function f of x, which is given to us as square root of 49 minus x squared. What is the value when f is 0? Well, if f is 0, in that case, we have a value which is equal to square root of 49, and that is 7. Correct? You also see that this particular function is also even. You understand even? Means we also consider that f of minus x is equals to f of x, correct? So that means this function is also even, right? This is also another characteristics which you read about this function. Correct. We have also seen that the zeros of this function will be at plus and minus 7 because that was the domain, right? So if you have f of plus or minus 7, we get square root of 49 minus 49, which is 0. So from all this, you could clearly sketch the graph of this function. Let me do it here. And what do you notice? The function is a semicircle. It is always positive, right? Where at minus 7 we have a 0, plus 7 we have a 0, and at 0 we have 7. Do you see that? That is your function. And now you can actually write down the range. So the range of the function is from 0 to plus 7, right? So you say y is between 0, which is included, and plus 7. So that becomes the range, and here you have the sketch of this particular function. Make sense? Correct? So this is a semicircle. So let me write down here. We're talking about a semicircle. Semicircle is a function which could be represented like this. And general equation will be, instead of x squared, we'll have r squared, right? So I hope with this, you get the whole concept of the type of function we are working on. And also, how do we find its domain and range, and how do we sketch it? Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that would be great. And in case you want to learn directly from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Thanks for your time and all the best.